We are live. So let's get it started in here.
Hey, hey.
So thank you guys for tuning in today. It's your girl Tara here and your girl Jazzy Jazz. And today's topic, what is today's topic? What do you call a best friend? That's the topic for today. What do you call a best friend? What is your definition of a best friend? So I'm gonna just give everybody time, let that marinate. Y'all know, let that marinate.
Season drip, 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 drop.
I'm gonna let y'all listen to our intro video while everybody tune in, log in, wait on our people.
Top the rest, ain't no sweat, no competition. Full circle and we winning. Had the test at my best and never finished. Full circle and we winning. Got my weight up, now they hate us, I just say they tripping. Full circle and we winning. Two different ways, but it right back in the beginning. Full circle and we winning.
The same nigga that you saw in the beginning. The same nigga put the squad on the mission. Back in 06 in the M inside of venues. Hey, full circle and we win.
All right. So today's topic is, what do you call a best friend? You got me and your girl Jazz on the line. We just want y'all opinions. We want to know how y'all feel about this. My personal opinion when it comes to a best friend, what do I call a best friend? I call a best friend somebody that's not judgmental. Somebody that's gonna always be there, but no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call a best friend. You don't have to. I feel like you don't have to talk on an everyday basis. I feel like if that's your best friend, if you go days and weeks without talking to them, guess what? Y'all can talk whenever y'all do talk, and it's nothing there. It's nothing wrong. It's not a problem. Um. So my definition of a best friend is just somebody that you can communicate with, that communicate with you, that's not judgmental. You can talk to them about any and everything, not just some things, any and everything. You ain't got to worry about it getting back to people. You don't have to worry about the he say, she say things or none of that. That's just my personal opinion. Jesse Jazz, what's your opinion on it?
My definition of a best friend is someone you can always be yourself with.
Yeah.
Like if I can always be myself with you, then we cool. And what I mean by always be myself, it's the piggyback off of your no judgment zone. Like I can always feel like comfortable. Like
Yeah.
you're dependable. Like I can call you and we find some solutions to something. Like or just a shoulder to lean on. Not I'm not saying somebody to mooch off of, but always somebody that can be depended on. Like if the universe forbid something happened to my car, I can
Yeah.
depend on you to at least help me in that situation. You feel me? Like that's what I feel like a best friend is.
True. True. I agree with you 100%. Y'all excuse me. I'm through. I'm outside. I'm outside today. Like that's where I'm at. Y'all get it how y'all get it. I'm not
And
all together today.
we hopped
Hair
off
not
of work.
dirty.
We hopped off of work to come talk. Yeah, we tell you at it. We
Exactly.
hop off of work to come talk. Yeah.
Exactly. So I feel like if y'all my real friends, Y'all won't be judgmental. But that's my personal opinion. You know, you live and you learn. You find out that some people is not for you. You find out some people are for you. You find out some people are your friends, and you find out some people are not your friends. And when you find those things out, I just feel like you shouldn't have to prove a point, or you shouldn't have to prove that you were a friend to them. Because if that was really your best friend, they'll know that you were their friend, and regardless of anything that y'all been through, y'all can recover from it. If that was
Mm-hmm.
truly your best friend. Some people don't understand that. Some people don't know what the definition is of a best friend. I'm sorry, y'all, my kid just shaking. But some people don't know what the definition of a friend is. So how can they know what the definition of a best friend is?
True.
That's that's
So,
my
what's your
personal
definition
opinion.
of a regular friend? What's the difference between an associate, a friend, and a best friend?
My personal opinion, I feel like a associate is somebody that you communicate with on occasions. Y'all not kicking it every day. Y'all not around each other every day. It's not a I'm gonna pull up on you, you pull up on me type of thing. We talk when we see each other, and as far as it goes. I speak to you, you speak to me. That's far as it goes. A friendship is somebody that you do kick it with, you do hang it with, but that is not a person that you can talk to about everything. That's not a person that you can share all your deepest secrets with. So a best friend is somebody that you can literally talk to about anything. I feel like a best friend is more than just a best friend. I feel like that's your sister. If I consider you as a best friend, I look at you as one of my sisters. If I can get into it with my sisters today or tomorrow, and guess what? We still gonna communicate. We still gonna rock no matter what. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to get into it with them. That's what I consider a best friend, because it's the same way if you have a best friend. If you turn around and say, "Hey, this is my best friend." Y'all get into it, and everything that y'all said, everything y'all felt, end up all over Facebook. That's not your best friend. That's not your friend. That's somebody
Mm-hmm.
you associate with. That's not somebody that you can consider a friend. My personal opinion. So that's the topic. What do you call a best friend? What do you feel like the difference is between a best friend or associate and a
See,
friend?
I agree. I 100% agree because I feel like an associate is just a cordial basis. 9 times out of 10, an associate is, somebody you see at work. You don't talk to them outside of work. When you get to work, it's all fun and games. Or, anytime you're around a friend setting, there's always people that, okay, I associate with you because we know this person is coming, but we don't call each other outside of we're just seeing each other at this moment. And then I feel like a friend, just a regular friend, is somebody you'll call every once in a while. Probably hit up a party or two with them. Go out on go get something to eat or something like that. But that best friend, I feel like it's just a ride or die situation. Like is
I don't know what happened. Let's see. See, the devil is working because he know this a good topic. He know that you got all these people out here pretending to be friends and best friends, and some people feel like they somebody that you cool with just to get in good with you and get in your household, and they feel like you got something better worth than what they got, so they try to swindle their way in.
mm-hmm.
It's like that sometimes. But that's the topic for tonight. What do you call a best friend? But the next question I have: how soon can you call a person your best friend? How soon can you consider someone your best friend? If you met them yesterday, or you met them months ago, or you been knowing them for years, what do you consider a best friend?
Let
What
me
how long can you consider them being a best friend?
I don't feel like there is a length of time. And hear me out. This is why I say that. So I've had people that I called my friends that I was cool with since high school.
Mhm.
And the one person I do classify as my best friend, I knew her for months. And I don't even think it was months. I think it was 2, 3 months before I was actually like, this girl right here is my best friend. Because in those 2, 3 months she did and showed me more love than the people that I was with for years.
So you feel like you don't have to know them for a long time.
I feel like circumstances, people will show their true colors to you in different circumstances. Once you go through different situations in life, you'll see, like, oh, okay, this right here is my best friend. This right here, I know for a fact that I can call them about anything, or we can do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't think it take years to know that.
I can agree with that. Like, um, sometimes you can meet a person and y'all connect instantly. You can meet somebody today and then you can now call that your best friend because y'all got so much in common. Y'all been hanging out. Y'all do all types of stuff together. So I can agree with it, like, to the fullest. Um, I actually had a friend a couple of years ago. I ain't gonna say a couple of years. My son was young. He was, I would say, about 1, 2 years old. I met this girl in a group home. Well, it's not even a group home. It was it's a, what is it called? It's for teen moms.
Hmm.
It's a program for women that get pregnant at a young age. They help with your living arrangements, and different things like that. But I met this girl. Me and her clicked instantly. A lot of people in the program didn't like her, but I seen through everything that she was going through that she was really true to being a friend. So with that being said, like, okay, I'm like, yes, she started calling me her best friend. I agreed to the title. But the older I got, I realized and I started to think, are we really best friends? Are we really someone that we can talk to about anything without being judged? Is it like what is our definition of a best friend? So for a long time, I call her my best friend. We went for years. When I say years without talking, we went years without talking. But I actually considered this girl as my best friend. Like, I literally, she called me her best friend. I call her my best friend. Me growing up, I never had a best friend. So I never knew what the definition of a best friend was. To be honest, I never realized what a real best friend or associate was until about the age of 28, 29. And that's sad to
Hmm.
say because at that age, you supposed to oh, I am muting my mic. You supposed to already have your friends. You supposed to already know who you talk to, who you cool with, who you gonna communicate with. You supposed to know it all.
But who said that? Well, who made that a rule that you supposed to already have these as your best friends? Who made that a rule?
I just
Because
feel like
as a young person, that's the whole point of being young, to make those mistakes and to learn from those mistakes. So
mhm,
who says that that's the age you're supposed to have your best friend from?
nobody said that, but that was my opinion on it. That was my thoughts on it. That's why I said you supposed to have in my age when I was growing up. I had everything mapped out from the age I wanted to get married, when I wanted to have a best friend, and how long I wanted to be their best friend, where I wanted to live, how many kids I wanted, when I wanted to get, like, I knew it all. How old I wanted to be, about house, husband, everything. Like, when I was growing up, I planned my life out. And as you grow and you get older, you realize that is not the reality of life. In life, things happen. In life, you're going to make plans and they're not going to fall through. And how you recover from those plans determine who you are. So, me personally, that's why I feel like at a certain age, I supposed to have a best friend. But again, like I said, I didn't learn about friendships. I didn't learn about best friends. I didn't learn about associates and all that stuff until the age of 28, 29. And I'm 31 now. So imagine how long it took. So that's my personal opinion. Like, to this day, like, people ask me all the time, do I have a best friend? To be honest, no. I have cousins. I got sisters. But in reality, I don't have a best friend. I don't have anyone that I can call that's not gonna be judgmental. I'd be like, girl, whatever, cause you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have anybody like that other than my cousin and my sisters. But other than that, no. You talking about an outside person that don't know my family and don't know the people that I know. I don't have it. I don't. So you don't have that person that you can go talk to about everything that's not gonna get back to the whole family. Other than, you know what I'm saying? I don't have
Mm-hmm.
that. So just Jazz, how old were you when you finally got you a best friend? And how soon was it? How long have y'all known each other?
Mm, my son is about to be 9, so I want to say it's been about 6 years, and I just turned 28, so I was 22, 23,
Okay.
22 or 23. Now I did have people that I thought were my best friends, like,
Mhm.
but as I got older, I realized it was toxic. It was very, very toxic. The whole situation was toxic. Um, and I met my best friend, and at first she'll tell you quick, I didn't like you at first, because both of our mouth is just our mouths. It's just that is what it is. That ain't what it ain't. But I can say one thing I know and one thing for sure. No matter what decisions I made, even when she voiced her opinion on how she feels about the decisions I've made, she always stands 10 toes behind me. No matter what other people may say, no matter what I may do, she's always stood 10 toes behind me. And I love her for that. And we've been tight for about 6 years now. Now she'll go in her little hermit mode, and I go in my little hermit mode. But then again, hey, that's what best friends do. I feel like once you become more than friends, I feel like you always expect that person to be there. Period. Like, friends are dwindle, but best friends are just be there. Like, no matter how long, I know I can call you, and you gonna be able. I can depend on you for this situation, and that just be there, and not expect nothing more or less from you. So that's my up. We have a comment. Alicia Hunter. You'll never know because you learn every day. Snaps. You are very correct. This is, well, unless you believe in reincarnation, but this is the most memorable first life you have. So you're learning every day. There's not a handbook to life, there's not a guide to life. You just go through it, you fuck up, and you move on from it.
Indeed.
Excuse me. So, how do you feel about intersexual best friends?
Hold on. I gotta take my breath. See, this is what I don't do outside.
Oh,
Turn this damn light off. Excuse my
oh.
language, y'all. This is what I don't do outside. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, listen, this is all live. Every week we are live, so you catch every moment and every action that we have because we do not script anything. We just come out and have some real talk, and that's what you get. Your mic is muted.
What you see is what you get. I love y'all. I'm sorry, but it's fucking well. Excuse my language. That's what you get for that late night talk with Tara and your girl Jazzy
On
Jazz.
the ones and twos.
But okay, back to what she was asking y'all. I'm sorry. I interrupted.
Have you ever had an intersexual friendship?
Um oh, I have. I actually I'm sorry y'all because I say I don't have a best friend, but in reality I'm slightly lying because I forgot about him at the moment. Because we like me and him fell out. Y'all know. Y'all know how best friends do. But he's a male. He's cut me off for females and I cut him off for dudes. So I don't consider that's my best friend because if we were best friends, we wouldn't cut each other off for nobody. Like we wouldn't. Like we'll always be friends. We'll always, no matter what, and we'll let that person we're in a relationship with know that's my best friend. Or we'll let the girl that we're in a relationship know, hey, that's my best friend. But when you know that it's not truly a friendship, I feel like a guy will cut. I feel like personally, if I cut you off for somebody I'm in a relationship with, 9 times out of 10, you either showing me that you got feelings for me, or I'm showing you I got feelings for you, and you don't want it to interfere with the relationship that you're in, so you will cut that person completely off. So in reality, I don't have a best friend, but I have called myself with a male best friend. On your end, how do you feel about that, Jazz? Jazz?
I feel like there's a limit. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's a limit. Just to piggyback off of what you said earlier, if you're my best friend, I feel like you're family. I feel like you're my sister or my brother. And I feel like the moment you have sex, y'all are no longer friends.
True.
Because you wouldn't have sex with your sister or your brother. You wouldn't even look at them like that. So that's not a friend. You looking at each other like a man and a woman. If I can look at you and feel like we can do the deed, then we're not friends.
Indeed.
Because we don't look at each other as friends. We look at each other as man and woman. And the moment you cross, I don't care if it was one time, the moment you cross that line, no. Because you wouldn't cross that line with your sister, you wouldn't cross that line with your brother. So why would you cross that line with someone you say you see as a sister or brother?
Exactly. I hope, like, my personal opinion, like, I really feel like you're right about that. Um, Ain't nowhere in the world you'll do that to your sister or brother. So that's why I say it depends on the person because some people will look at their sisters and brothers like that. You never know. That's just my personal opinion. But I ain't gonna touch on that. That's a whole nother topic. But being what do you consider an intersexual relationship? Well, friendship. I'm sorry, I'm wording that wrong.
That's the same as I see it the same as a regular friendship of two women or two men.
I don't know
If
why.
you can, I feel like you can be as long as you have that discipline enough to be like, hey, you one of the bros, or hey, you one of the homegirls. Because at the end of the day, I do feel like women always need a man figure in their life that doesn't want sex from them. I'm a firm believer of that. Women deserve that. I'm a firm believer that women deserve that situation to be able to come and have those serious talks with a man other than their father or their brothers. Because let's be very serious, who really want to have certain talks with their fathers or their brothers? You feel me? So yes, I do feel like women deserve that right. But like I said, I feel like there's a thin line because once you cross that boundary, you're no longer friends. That's how I personally feel. Because there's no way possible I would have sex with my best friend
True. I know what
at
no
all.
way.
I don't even look at her like that. So if I don't look at her like that and that's my best friend, why would you look at him like that and that's supposed to be your best friend? No, 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 no. Y'all looking at each other as a man and a woman. And that's how I feel. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. And even when it's, because I'm not gonna leave out same sex best friends because it's the same sex best friends out here punching on each other. And y'all not friends. Y'all not best friends. That's not no friendship. If you can look at each other and be attracted to each other, then that's not a friendship. Because I don't have not one friend I'm attracted to. And it's not saying they're ugly, because that's not the case. My best friend is gorgeous. She's beautiful. Top of the line.
Yeah.
But I don't look at her and be like, oh, I want you in my bed.
OMG.
I don't do that. So I feel the same should go for men and women.
True. I agree with you 100%. Um. So the next question: have you ever had a What's the next question? Um. Is a best friend someone you have to talk to on a daily basis? Do you consider your best friend someone that you have to talk to on a daily basis, on an everyday basis?
Nope, not at
So
all.
go ahead and explain why you feel that way, Jazz.
Like I said earlier, a best friend is someone you always know, no matter what, that person. Period. Like, you got a life, I have a life. And I feel like if you have to talk to each other every day and know every aspect of everything, then that's not your best friend. That's your friend. Because a best friend is like family, like I said earlier. And I damn sure don't talk to my family every day. I barely talk to them once a year. So you my best friend, then no, I'm not gonna talk to you every day. I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna talk to you every day. Cause I feel like you got your life, I got my life. And when we talk, we cool, we vibe it. We and you know for a fact, if you need something, then I'm here. Call me up, and I'm gonna show up and show out if I can. And I feel like it should be the same, reciprocation. And I feel like that's the benefits of a best friend. I should be able to call you and say two words and that be it. Let's go. And that's what I feel like a best friend is. Honestly. I don't know what Tara is going through.
I'm sorry, y'all. My baby just got out of football practice. I was talking to him and his coach. I'm sorry, I had to step away for a moment. But I don't feel like a best friend is someone you have to talk to on an everyday basis. Again, like I said earlier, if that's your best friend, I don't have to talk to you every day. Because no matter how long we go without talking, we can always meet back up and pick up where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to be, you know, something happened or such said this or such said that. Like it's always gonna be us getting back and picking up where we left off. That's my personal opinion. But again, I don't have a best friend. So with me not having a best friend, well, I don't have a true best friend. But with me not having a best friend, that goes to like I can't necessarily tell you in depth the real definition or if you should or shouldn't. But me personally, when I do find that best friend, I want to be able to say, hey, that's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't talk to her every day. We don't kick it every day. Both of us got lives. Both of us got children. Both of us got a family. But guess what? That's still my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing that anyone will be able to tell me about that best friend. And there's nothing I would be able to say about that best friend that best friend ain't heard first. My personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my personal opinion. So the next question: can a best friend be a male or a female? That go back to the intersexual friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you personally, if you're in a relationship, do you think your mate should be able to have a female or a male best friend?
That's a touchy topic for me because my
Remember, you're on live.
my old man does have a female best friend, and no, I don't agree with it, and that's for personal reasons. But as I said earlier, yes, I do feel like people should have a friend they can depend on that's the opposite sex. I do feel like that. But I don't feel once you do certain things, I feel like you're no longer looking at each other as friends. You're looking at each other as a man and woman. Period. That's just that on that. It's nothing you can tell me after that. I'm not going to agree with it after that because there's no way possible. Regular, normal people do not look at their family members and say, "Oh, I would." So I don't feel like that's what you should think of when you think of your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, uh, so that's a woohoo for me. But what about you?
um, me personally, I feel like to a certain extent, I do feel like you can have intercourse with your best friend because things happen sometimes and y'all can still just be best friends. I'm sorry, y'all. And y'all can still just be best friends. Because let's say take for instance, you and your best friend, y'all got drunk. Sometimes, you get a little too drunk, you don't remember what happened. And some things happened that you wouldn't expect to happen and you weren't proud of it. Your best friend wasn't proud of it. Y'all talked about it. Y'all forgave each other. Now y'all back to y'all normal self. Do you feel like a friendship should end just because you both made a mistake? Do you
That's
feel
not a
like
mistake. You wouldn't make that mistake like I said earlier. That's not a mistake, and that means that's something that's already been in your head. Period. It's already been there because there's no way possible. I have a little brother.
mhm.
I don't care how drunk I get. I would not ever make that mistake with my little brother.
I feel
Period.
the same way because I definitely wouldn't do it with my sister. So I
Exactly.
feel I
So
feel I feel your pain.
that's not an excuse for me. There's nothing that can excuse that. There's nothing to me personally that can excuse that. There's nothing you can ever say to me about that.
Okay. So Stanley Roberts said a best friend can be either, which is true. But do you feel like if you slept with your best friend, that still should be your best friend?
Mm-mm,
Do you consider that your best friend?
mm-mm.
My personal opinion, it depends on the situation. Jazz personal opinion, hell no. But at this day and age, 2021, things happen. And people become friends and they stop becoming friends. So, you know, it can be hectic at some point. Sometimes you're gonna fall out with your best friend. Sometimes y'all gonna make mistakes. But you, like we said earlier, you live and you grow from it. Don't make the same mistakes over and over again. So I just feel like if you did have intercourse with your best friend, you can go back and be friends with them without having intercourse ever again. Maybe you and your best friend tried to be in a relationship and that relationship didn't work, so now y'all became best friends, and you will be able to be cool with that because y'all both agreed that we're friends. We tried the relationship things, it didn't work out. We don't want to mess up our friendship, so we're going to be friends. No, we're not going to have sex again. No, we're not going to do anything that we're not supposed to do. My best friend and I have been best friends for 35 years now. Ooh, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that was my dream to have a friend like that. But God and the universe did not plan it out like that. It wasn't mapped out. It wasn't at all mapped out like that. So now I'm stuck here with cousins and sisters and our best friend.
This helper just said she's stuck. Oh.
Y'all know I love y'all. But things sometimes it be like that. Sometimes, life move on. So what else do y'all feel that friendship shouldn't do and should do? What do you feel like?
Up here's one, the little viral thing about friendship dates. The man and woman friendship dates. Did you see it on Facebook?
No, but I'm finna go look it up.
Yes. They said you should normalize having dates with your opposite sex best friends. And
Why?
they all dressed up, going to expensive restaurants and stuff like that.
So why would you friendship date? Like that's like going
I
out
mean,
with
and honestly, I'm for it though, cause
the
I
opposite sex though.
yes, I'm
You're
cool
gonna
with
get
it.
the wrong impression. You're gonna get the impression, and that'll cause. Why would you put any string on your relationship that will make the mate or someone else feel like? Because a lot of people is insecure. It's 2021, like I said. A lot of people is very insecure.
The insecurities come from, like once I said once before, if you look at each other as a man and a woman, because at the end of the day, I've been out on restaurants with my best friend. I've been out dressed up and all that extra stuff, going to the club, long rides, just talking and drinking with my female family members and best friends. I've even went and did that with males that I have never had sex with. So
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. But I feel like the stigma comes once again when you look at each other as man and woman. If y'all have done the deed before, or you've thought to do the deed with each other, and then y'all do that, then no. It's not going to feel okay to you, and it's not going to look okay to you because you don't look at them as a friend. You're looking at them as a man and a woman.
True.
That's me personally.
True. I feel you
Stanley
on that.
Roberts, the person I'm with, knows about my best friend. Yeah, because if it's an honest friendship, you're not going to feel insecure about the situation because your best friend is going to respect your partner. They're going to respect boundaries. They're going to make themselves known. They're going to try to get, on a personal vibe with your partner also. And it's not just going to be y'all two. It's so what are you doing? Well, let's all go do this. Well, let me bring my partner in too. They're not just going to, well, you're my best friend and that's this, and it's a competition. They're not going to do that. It's not going to be a silent war over my man or woman.
True. I agree with that. Like, because if we best friends,
Then
we should.
my best friend has been there for me through thick and thin, and that's how
And
it's
that's
supposed
what
to
it's
be.
supposed to be like. No matter
That's what it's supposed to be.
go through, your best friend should be there.
Mm-hmm.
So issues going on, you got certain stuff going on.
That's how it's supposed to be, Stanley. That's what a best friend is supposed to be. That's the point of the best friend. Because it's always, everybody needs somebody. Period. I'm a firm believer of that. Everybody needs somebody, and I'm not saying you have to be in a physical relationship. I'm saying everybody needs somebody to talk to, somebody they can feel at peace with, be themselves with, and I'm a firm believer of that. But once you cross certain boundaries, I no longer feel like you're friends. And I don't feel like you can come back from that. That's just me personally. I don't feel like you can come back from that because you're going to always have those questions and vibes. Eventually, that's going to always come up because you no longer see each other as friends. You're viewing each other as a man and woman. So now certain stuff that was cool before is no longer going to be cool. You're not going to want to have certain conversations. You're not going to want to hear certain things because you no longer look at each other as that. It's going to hurt your feelings. Oh, you're in a relationship now. Oh, I'm jealous. Now I have to go and be petty. Like, in a friendship, there should not be a situation like that. And once you cross a certain boundary, I feel like there's no coming back from that.
Y'all excuse me, because they is cutting up tonight. I'm sorry. They know what they doing. They is cutting up on me tonight, but it's okay because guess what? That's what our show is all about. Real life situations.
Yeah.
And I am a full-time mama.
Mm-hmm.
I work a full-time job.
Woo.
And I got full-time bills with no goddamn best friend. So sometimes I can get a little frustrated and irritated because I ain't got that best friend that I'm be like, look, sometimes you don't want to go tell your cousin them what you got going on because your cousin them probably tired of hearing that shit. Your best friend probably tired of hearing it. But
that's what you signed up for. I don't care. Once you say we best friends, you signed up for the bullshit. Because your bullshit is my bullshit. Ain't that what Kevin Hart said? And my bullshit is your bullshit.
And we just share bullshit.
Exactly. When my mom passed, I had to raise 2 baby brothers on my own. And believe me, my friend was a great help to me.
That is understandable.
Like, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be.
And that's what a best friend is. A best friend should be there through thick and thin. If something happened to you, you should be able to call your best friend and say, hey, best friend, I'm in the hospital. Can you go pick up my kids? And your best friend shouldn't be like, fuck you, fuck the kids, or none of that. Your best friend gonna come through. Your best friend gonna be there for you. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is what a best friend is. And listen, I've learned over the years growing up, some people feel like a best friend is just a babysitter. Only time they call you is when they need when they need a babysitter. Only time they come around you is when they need a babysitter. That is
Mm-hmm.
not a friend. That is a associate. Somebody that
A
associate themselves
moocher,
with you.
that's somebody that's mooching. And you, as long as you got something for them, or you okay enough to help them. That's what they want to make sure you're okay enough to help them.
Like it's crazy because out of my 31 years, I never had a friend that actually just called to say, "Hey, I'm just calling to check on you." It always been, "Hey, can I borrow $20? Hey, can I borrow $100? Hey, can my kids come and stay over there for a week or two? Or hey, can you?" It's always can I? And that's when I learned to pull myself back from situations in friendships because those are not friendships. They're situationships.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull myself back from them because that can get stressful. Because when you need them, they're not there. And they consider you being a best friend, but they're not there when you need them. They're not there just to be a listening ear. It's not always about money. It's not always about going out. Not always about um, the major things that people consider you got to do if you're friends. All the traveling and all that stuff together. A friendship is tested when you going through hard times. A friendship is tested when you know it's it's some stuff that you really feel like you can't talk to nobody else about it. You go to that friend, and that friend is that listening ear. Like, y'all, I'm sorry, these bugs trying to get me. But it's not always about, what we expect and what we think it should be about. So at the end of the day, like, I just deep down feel like a friendship shouldn't be that. Like, we should actually be like, hey, you know, I got something going on today. Can I pull up and talk to you? Or you got something going on today? Can I pull up and talk to you? I don't need anything from you. I just need to talk to you. You're not gonna just call your friend and be like, "Hey, friend, I've been working and had everything going good for me, and then I lost my job. So now I lost my job. So now I'm coming to you because I need somewhere to stay." But the whole time you had that job, you ain't called to check on me. You ain't called to check on my kids. You ain't called to see if I needed anything, and vice versa. I feel like you shouldn't call me your friend if I don't call to check on you.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't call and say, "Hey, I know you suffer with depression, so I'm just kind of check on you to make sure you still kicking over there." Some make a joke out of it. But 2021 people don't do that. People don't believe in true friendships. It's always, what can I get from this person? How can I be around this person to get the knowledge that they got? Oh, my friend owned 3 businesses, so now I'm gonna make sure I be up under her just to get her insight on her business, and then go open up my own business. Or I'm gonna be with her because I know she the type of friend, if I need her, she's gonna be there for me. It shouldn't be like that. That shouldn't be only time you consider somebody your best friend. So that's just my personal opinion. Like, I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel like it should be like that. I feel like y'all should have an open line of communication. If I call you today, you should be able to call me tomorrow. Just take for instance, I got 3 people that call me their best friend. 3. people that call me their best friend. We living in our truth. Fun fact about me. So my car broke down. My stove stopped working. My refrigerator ran away. Stopped working.
Anyway.
The dryer wasn't fucking drying. Like literally, it felt like bills was like they were piling up on top of piling up. So it was hard for me to even go and buy the stuff that I need or to get a new car. Not one person that called themselves my best friend called me. Not one person came to take my kids to school. Not one person asked me to have me and my kids eating anything. Like it was crazy. It was unbelievable. And that's when I realized those are not my friends. Because long as I got it good, long as I got a car, long as I got money, long as I got something going in my house or doing something at my house or doing an event at my house, everybody's my friend. That's just my fun fact for the night. Jess, do you got a fun fact for the night?
Whew.
What is the situation that you realized that somebody wasn't your real friend?
We gonna talk about that. Okay, my truth. Like I said, I had best friends from high school. I really felt like they were my best friends when I was younger. Until now, I look back and I realized that they never really liked me. They just liked the fact that
Ooh.
I was less fortunate than them to make themselves feel better. And anytime I moved from out of that limelight, there was always a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I realized that my best friend is actually my best friend. Because she opened up my eyes to the situation. Like there was always so much jealousy and other things. And at that point in my life, I was going through so much that nobody understood. And I felt like my best friends did. Well, my alleged best friends of the time. Until now that I'm older and realize, no, they never understood. They just wanted to feel better about themselves by looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
Now here it is, years later. Like they used to get mad at me and stop keeping my son because they're mad at me. I lost numerous of jobs behind this because you're mad at me, so I'm not going to keep your son. Or I was working at Waffle House. Anybody that works as a server know base pay is $2.13. They would literally charge me $5 an hour to watch my son while I go to work. When I made $2.13, so I would literally end up owing them my entire check. What's the point of me working? So I'm literally going to work to pay you. So I would not have money for wipes or anything to the point where I would literally have to go and do what I had to do so my son can have some stuff. But then instead of being the best friend and understanding this, because you just this bad person, you just this bad mom, and your son is a devil, and you're raising him to be bad. And those were the things that I went through. And now that I'm older, I realize how toxic that was.
Yeah.
Anytime I moved up in life,
They bring you back down.
boop, everything in their power. And as long as I needed them, they were right there. But anytime I moved up and tried to actually do something on my own, it was always a problem, always a fight, always an argument, always something.
Yeah.
And It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Now I'm not saying I was the world's greatest friend, but at the end of the day, I was going through a lot. I was going through a lot. My mom, my dad, like I was going through a lot. Like it was a lot, and it
And
was something. I was at a point in my life where I truly needed
a
that
best friend.
friendship. I
Yes.
truly needed that understanding.
Yeah. I get that.
And my best friend now understands that. Like she'll tell anybody, like she's cool. Yeah, Jasmine's cool. I just know certain things. The girl crazy. Like you can't hold her to it. She just, and
And that's
it's
her
my
best
truth
friend.
though. Yeah, it's my truth. Like I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest person, but nobody that's ever been around me can honestly say I just leave you down and out. Period. There's nobody around me that can honestly say that about me to the point where I'll put myself in a messed up position to make sure you're okay.
True.
That's caused problems in my relationship to where I'm just now telling people no because I ain't used to say no for a long time. I'm just now no. And I'm 28 years old and I just learned how to say no. No, no.
I understand that because like when you say things like that, like I've lost good relationships behind friendships because I'm that friend. If I'm your friend, I'm behind you 100%. Can't nobody tell me nothing about you. Ain't nobody finna do nothing. And none of that. Like I'm behind you. We gonna have our disagreements. Guess what? Ain't nobody gonna hear it. But I've lost relationships because I have friends or people that call themselves my friends come and be like, hey, you know, such happened or whatever. My partner would be like, no, well, don't you get into that because that's not really your friend. I know some stuff that you don't know. That's not really your friend. Don't you get into that? What would I go do? I would literally, I would literally go do it anyway. Y'all know I'm running from a bull, but I go do it anyway. Cause guess what? That's my best friend, and you can't tell me nothing about my best friend. So I've lost relationships behind it. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't understand that sometimes you do get those relationships where your mate just don't want you to be around each other. But then you do get those relationships where your mate actually reads people.
Mm-hmm.
Your mate see things that you can't see because you're blinded by friendship or love.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have a person that come apart and come to be a part of your life, and he'll be like, I know that's your friend. Y'all been rocking for all these years, but that ain't your friend. And you like, boy, bye. I kick you to the curb before I kick her to the curb. And then you break up with your mate, and then here go your friend the whole time, just didn't want to see you happy or didn't want to see you with nobody. Or they was trying to figure out how they can get in with you, and they knew long as that person was a part of that, they knew they weren't gonna be able to pull the wool over your eyes. So they try to interfere with your relationship. They try to break up your home. Some people had succeeded. A lot of people had succeeded. One guy I dated literally told me like, "You ain't gonna never have no happy relationship." In my head, I'm thinking like, "What the hell he mean?" But when I sat back and thought about it, and I actually sat down with him and talked about it, he literally was like, between your family and your friends, you're not gonna have a healthy relationship because they always telling you something. They always feeding you stuff. They always telling you negativity stuff like the line of if I was in a relationship or if I was dating him, he wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't let him do this.
But be inside they going home to their little toxic relationships.
Exactly. And you got rid of your love or your life. You got on your blessing because you listen to that friend in your ear, and you felt like that was your friend. This been your friend for years. She only looking out for you. That's only to benefit you. And then the whole time, she trying to get rid of you. So, I mean, I understand that like 100%. So, y'all, we hit our hour mark. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. It's your girl Tara. I'm outside tonight, and your girl Jazzy Jazz. She inside.
On the ones and twos.
If you would like to make a donation, you can cash app us. Money sign talk with Tara 03 is dropped down there. You can see it. You can give us a donation. Anything can help. It's just for us to work on getting us some better equipment and make some major moves. Also, as well as that, we're on all social media platforms. We're on Instagram. We're now on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on Snapchat. We're on YouTube. We're on every platform you can think of. We're even on Twitter.
And we're on Live 205 Entertainment.
Total Entertainment Radio. You can catch us on Fridays at 9 p.m. That's Total Entertainment Radio on Fridays at 9 p.m. Y'all tune in. We love y'all. Until next time, Zeusy.